Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us. In this session, we'll explore a comprehensive understanding of the organ. We'll explore the function and significance of the manuals or keyboards on the organ, the different stop families such as flutes, strings, reeds, principals, mutations, and mixtures, and how stops and manuals work together to produce diverse sounds. Both electronic and pipe organs can feature from a single manual to multiple manuals. However, in our church, we typically use up to 3 manuals. For this lesson, we will examine a 2 manual organ and explore the functions and significance of the grate, which is the lower manual, the swell, the upper manual, and the pedal divisions below the feet. The grate manual is typically equipped with a selection of powerful principle-based stops that deliver a rich, full-bodied sound. It serves as the core foundation of the organ's tonal ensemble, designed to provide essential volume and brilliance. The grate often supports congregational singing and serves as the backbone for a wide range of musical textures. Let's examine the stops of this organ's grate manual more carefully. Keep in mind, this manual is designed to produce rich volume and brilliance. Now let's choose a few stops on the grate and listen to their distinctive sounds. The swell manual is characterized by its ability to produce detailed, expressive playing, often used for lyrical or soft passages. It is controlled through physical mechanisms like the swell pedal to shape the musical phrase. This enables subtle crescendos, decrescendos, and shading. Here are the stops on this organ's swell manual, and we will select a few of them to provide a preview of the swell's expressive and dynamic qualities. The pedal division on an electronic organ represents a set of pedals played with the feet, typically producing the lowest bass notes. It functions similarly to the pedal board on a traditional pipe organ, consisting of large foot-operated pipes, allowing the organist to play deep, resonant bass lines independently from the manual keyboards played with the hands. The pedal division ranges from powerful thunderous lows to soft, mellow lows, supporting the harmony and adding depth to the overall sound essential for full, rich organ performances. Here are the stops on this organ's pedal division, and we will select a few of them to provide a preview of the pedal's supportive qualities. Alright, so now we know what the grate, swell, and pedal divisions sound like. Next up, let's check out the different organ families. When you look at a pipe organ, you notice all kinds of different pipe shapes and sizes. These pipes are mainly grouped into 2 types: metal pipes and wooden pipes. Metal pipes are made from materials like tin, lead alloy, copper, bronze, steel, or iron. Wooden pipes are crafted from woods like cedar, maple, spruce, and other types of wood. Different types of metal or wood used for organ pipes each create their own unique sound. Now let's group these pipes into different stop families. For this lesson, we will explore the flute family, string family, principal, also known as breast-stunt or diapason family, reed family, as well as mutations and mixtures. The flute family is characterized by its gentle lyrical tone, suitable for melodic lines and soft accompaniment. The choice of metal, for example, tin, lead alloys, zinc, and other alloys, or wood, for example, oak, maple, or mahogany, along with the pipe construction, allows organ builders to achieve a wide palette of flute-like sounds, from bright and clear to warm and mellow. A general term for flute-like stops is flute. Below are some common examples of flute stops found on organs. Please take a moment to identify the flute stops on your congregation's organ. Let's take a look at the flute stops on this organ. Here are the flute stops on the swell and the great manuals. Now let's listen to what some of them sound like. The string family is characterized by a singing string-like timbre that excels in melodic legato lines and expressive accompaniment. These stops imitate bowed and plucked strings, offering a warmth and sustain that can range from piercing violin-like brilliance to intimate cello-like warmth. The pipe materials are metal alloys, tin, lead, zinc, and related blends, or wood, such as maple, oak, or other durable hardwoods. Here is a list of string stops commonly found on organs. Please take a few moments to identify the string stops on your congregation's organ. Let's take a look at the string stops on this organ. Here are the string stops on the swell and the great manuals. Now let's listen to what the strings sound like. Reed stops are defined by a vibrating metal reed inside the pipe, which gives them a direct, bright and buzzing timbre. They cut through textures with a strong articulate attack and a distinct, slightly nasal character, ranging from penetrating oboe or clarinet-like tones to more biting brass-like edge. This makes them ideal for speech-like melodies, expressive solos, and dramatic climaxes, as well as colorful accompaniment that needs to sit forward in the ensemble. Reed pipes are typically built in metal alloys such as tin, lead, zinc blends, and can also be made in wood. The material influences the tone. Metal pipes tend to yield brighter, more projecting sound with sharper attack, while wooden pipes tend to give a warmer, mellower, more intimate reed color. Here is a list of reed stops commonly found on organs. Please take a few moments to identify the reed stops on your congregation's organ. Let's take a look at the reed stops on this organ. Here are the reed stops on the swell and the great manuals. And here are the reed stops on the pedal division. Now let's listen. The principal stops are the organ's backbone of its tone. They produce a clear, singing, well-projected foundation. Because they are flue or open pipes rather than reed, their sound is naturally clean. The principal family spans from bright, incisive diapasons or prestons to warm, rounded foundations, perfect for congregation accompaniment. Here are the principal stops, excluding mixtures commonly found on pipe organs. Please take a few moments to identify the principal stops on your congregation's organ. Let's take a look at the principal stops on this organ. Here are the principal stops on the swell and the great manuals. Now let's listen to what some of them sound like. Mutation stops are the color stops of the organ that use fractional footages like 2 2/3 or 1 3/5, etc. Their tone is brilliant, piercing and sparkling when laminated with other foundational stops. Mutation stops create pitches that are part of the harmonic series of the fundamental note. For example, A 2 2/3 foot stop will produce a G when middle C is played, which is a fifth above the C. This means the stop cannot be used on its own and must be paired with a standard 8-foot stop. Here is a list of mutation stops commonly found on organs. Please take a few moments to identify the mutation stops on your congregation's organ. This organ has 2 mutation stops, Nazard 2 2/3 and terz 1 3/5. We'll play these against the clean sound on manual 1 using Rohrflute 8 and Spitz flute 4. The mutations will be used alongside the Gedacht 8 as foundation. Listen to how they color the swell's tone. Mixture stops are sets of small pipes that blend together to brighten the organ's sound. Instead of one pipe sounding a note, a mixture stacks several voices at the same time, usually in unison, octaves or fifths, adding extra harmonics. The result is a quick, sparkling brightness that makes chords and textures feel livelier and more driving. These pipes are usually metal, like tin, lead alloys, or zinc. Mixtures are typically placed in the great or choir divisions to lift climaxes and give a cathedral-like shine. They work best as color enrichers rather than solo voices. Here is a list of mixture stops commonly found on organs. Take a few moments to identify the mixture stops on your congregation's organ. Let's take a look at the mixture stops on this organ. We've got the sharp 3 on the swell and the mixture 4 and cornet 3 on the great manuals. Let's hear how adding mixtures to the organ registration brings the music to life. And that concludes our session on understanding the organ. I trust you now have a clear grasp of the function and significance of the manuals, the various stop families, and how stops and manuals work together. Thank you for joining us. Until next time.